For centuries, there's one name that has echoed through history, a name that's basically a symbol of power and conquest: Rome. But what was its real secret weapon?
I mean, really think about that. How was the world's greatest empire actually built?
Well, the answer isn't where you'd expect. It's not in the grand monuments or the scrolls of emperors. No, the answer is buried in the soil.
To understand Rome's true power, we first have to dismantle a powerful idea. Let's call it the myth of the sword. When we think of Rome, this is the image that flashes into our minds, right? Steel, the eagle standard, the relentless, disciplined march of the legion, an empire forged in battle. But could conquest alone really explain centuries of dominance? Was this the true source of their endurance?
You see, the real story of Rome isn't just one of destruction. It's a story of cultivation. It's the story of the conquests of the plow.
To find Rome's real strength, you have to look past the glint of the sword. You have to look beyond the soldier on the battlefield.
And you have to look to the farmer. This was the bedrock of Rome, the unassuming figure who made the entire empire permanent.
And they knew it. A Roman writer captured their whole strategy perfectly. He said, "That which is gained by war may be wrested from the grass by war again, but it is not so with the conquests made by the plow."
So this was their blueprint for empire, this powerful cycle. First, you win land with the lance. Simple enough, but here's the crucial part. You don't just take the treasure and leave. Second, you secure that land with the plow. This created a whole class of freehold farmers, men who owned the ground they stood on. And these citizens, they weren't just farmers, they were the backbone of the legions. So more land meant more loyal citizen soldiers, which in turn strengthened the state. This is how they could sustain these incredibly long wars and recover from devastating defeats. Their source of power was constantly regenerating, right from the soil itself.
And this wasn't just some military strategy. It fundamentally shaped their entire worldview. It literally forged their people.
Just take their word for wealth, pecunia. It didn't come from a word for gold or silver. No, it came from pecus, cattle.
Just think about that for a second. In the very beginning, for the earliest Romans, wealth was alive. It was mobile. It walked on four legs.
But then came the next massive step: heredium, an inherited plot of land. This was their first real concept of permanent, personal property. This is the crucial shift from a clan that collectively farms to an individual who owns. And just like that, wealth became permanent. It became rooted in the earth. The ultimate measure of stability and value wasn't what you could carry, but what you could cultivate.
But Rome wasn't alone. And their neighbors had a very different and, let's be honest, seemingly more advanced model. So this sets up a fascinating conflict: Rome versus the merchants.
Just look at this comparison. On one side, you've got Rome and Latium. The farmer is king, trade is kind of passive, and the main goal is resilience first. On the other side, you've got their neighbors in Etruria. Here, the merchant rules. Trade is active and aggressive, and the goal is riches first. The Etruscans had coins, luxury goods, vibrant ports. Rome had dirt.
The richer, more powerful path seems obvious, doesn't it? So why did the commercial powerhouse of Etruria eventually fail, and the farmer state of Rome prevail?
Well, the answer lies in their master plan, the unseen blueprint.
You see, Rome's secret wasn't rejecting commerce. It was about mastering it and putting it in its proper place. The Roman system was absolute genius. The great landholders, the aristocracy, were also the capitalists. They controlled all the wholesale commerce, sure, but any wealth they gained was funneled right back into the land. This ensured that no matter how much money flowed through its ports, Rome remained at its very core an agricultural community. The money always served the soil, not the other way around. This created a society that could lose battles, that could suffer catastrophic defeats, but would never, ever cede its ground. Why? Because you just can't scare a farmer off his family's land. Their roots ran way too deep.
Which leaves us with a final thought. In our own world, a world built on rapid change and constant disruption, what is the value of what endures?